Hey everybody, Mean Joe with Balsa USA. So hope you guys are all having a safe and happy weekend so far. I thought I'd hop on here. I'm down in the shop. I'm getting some stuff done, and I know we've had a couple of questions come through on a couple of things concerning our build. So real quick, make sure you swing over to balsausa.com, enter in coupon code N17BUILD, all caps, no spaces, and receive 10% off your very own Balsa USA 1/6 scale Newport 17 kit, so you can follow along with the build that we are doing. So during the build, we've had a couple of questions come up, and I wanted to make sure that I address them so that it makes a little bit more sense. So we had a lot of guys contact us and ask us about bending wood, whether it be bending balsa sheets, whether it be bending sticks, whether it be bending plywood sheeting, any of that kind of stuff. There's a couple real easy ways to do it. Number one, just a quick tip on bending sticks. And I don't have one here with me. It's out in the trailer and I forgot to grab it. If you take some PVC and cap the ends of it and get it in the length that you need, whether it be 30-inch sticks, 36-inch sticks, 24-inch sticks, and put some water in it and drop your sticks down inside there. That's a real good way to get your sticks nice and wet. If you don't have a sink in your shop to be able to run it under the water, that's a real easy way. You can cap both ends, set it in your shop when you need it, throw the sticks down in there, put some water in there, and you can get your sticks, wet your sticks down so they're a little bit more bendable. Now, when it comes to plywood, so I cut two pieces. This is a sheet that I cut, just typical balsa ply sheeting. I believe this is 3/16. 1/16. This is a 16th sheeting. Okay. So one of the questions that we had coming in while we were doing our build was how we get our turtle decks and how we get our sheeting bent. One of the easiest ways that I found is to wet it down. So if you wet it down with some Windex, I just have a bottle of Windex over there I keep in the shop when I want to bend some sticks or some wood. I spray it down with Windex. And for sheeting, I have jars, and oftentimes I can go over to the pantry and find one that's close to the radius that I want to use. So you can use empty jars, you can use quart jars, you can use pint jars, whatever it is that's close to what you're wanting to do. You wet the piece down with Windex and leave it set and tape it, or you can either use tape, or I have a lot of rubber bands laying around. I like to use rubber bands. And what happens is, and I'm going to try to keep this in the camera so you can see the magic happen. Once this is dried, and I did this last night and it's been setting since then, you don't have to do 24 hours. I just was done in the shop and I did it the last thing. When I pull this off here, it has my shape and it will maintain that shape. Okay, so that is a real quick, easy. You don't need a lot of special equipment. You don't need to do anything crazy. Just spray it down with some Windex and tape it or rubber band it to whatever it is you want to form. So you can form it to any shape. You know, if you have one that needs to be more of a smaller radius, you can use like a small bottle like this Balsa USA kicker. You can, once you get it wet down, it makes it pliable and you can bend it around. And then once I rubber band that, when that gets done, that piece of wood's going to keep that shape once it dries. Okay. I have found that Windex or ammonia works better than water. It seems to hold the shape a little bit better. And it also, to me, seems like it also dries better. So the wood, the fibers don't retain the ammonia, I don't think, as well as the water. A lot of times the water, you would have to let it set for 24 hours just to make sure it's completely dry. But there you go. That's a quick tip on how to bend wood. It's super, super easy. This could be used for sheeting on a turtle deck. It could be used on the sheeting on the back around the firewall. Whatever you need it for, you can do it. Super simple. Okay, so a couple of things that I wanted to cover quick. I am going to be doing some new upcoming tutorials. How we doing, Sean? It's good to see you. I have some upcoming tutorials. I believe tomorrow I'm going to do a soldering tutorial, electronic soldering tutorial. So I'm actually got a couple of things I'm working on here, and I'm soldering some ends on a ESC. And I'm just going to show my technique for how I do it. I've, to this point, knocking on wood, never had a failure of any joint. So it seemed my technique seems to work pretty good. I know there's a lot of folks that have their own ways of doing things, but I'm going to walk you through my setup and how I do it. And you can use it, or you don't have to. If you've got something that you feel like it works better, that'd be fantastic. It's all good. So tomorrow I'm going to film that, and we'll be on live with the soldering tutorial then. We do have several other things coming up. Keep in mind, Tuesday, Thursday, during the week, 7 p.m. to 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, we're doing our live on-air Newport 1716 scale build. Make sure you stay tuned for that. We're still got some interviews and things coming up. A lot of stuff. Make sure you get over to the YouTube channel and hit that subscribe button. We're getting really close to being able to pull the trigger on that quarter scale giveaway. We're at 2.91 subscribers. As soon as we hit 3K subscribers, we're going to give away a quarter scale kit of the winner's choice, as long as we hit that number before May 8th. So make sure you're liking, make sure you're sharing. Also, next Saturday, make sure you come in for what would be, see, we just did the 8th. That would be the 11th episode of Shop Time Live. So on Tuesdays and Thursdays, we're at 7 p.m. to 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. On Saturdays, we're from noon to 1 Eastern Standard Time. All of those episodes are available on the YouTube channel, so make sure you get over there and you check that. If you have any tips or tricks that you guys want to see, or if you have any questions about what you need or things that you are struggling with, make sure you let us know. I am perfectly happy to jump on real quick and do a quick tutorial and help you work through some stuff. I'm also going to be having some Futaba 18SZ programming tutorials coming up. I'm going to do a complete plane setup. I'm going to do some binding stuff, just some basic setups, and do it. Yes, this is live, sir. Is it Math Man? This is live. So I appreciate everybody showing up. I see William, and I see Mathman and Chris and Sean. All, I really appreciate you guys showing up. Make sure you stay tuned. We've got lots of stuff coming up. We're going to keep this thing going. I've got some interviews planned. We're going to have Mark Patty from Draco fame on the show. We're going to have, who else? I'm looking at my list to be sure I don't forget any names. We're going to have Jason Duran from ZDZ. We're going to have, let's see, several more. A lot of these people I'm not sure when yet, so I'm not going to say their names, but there's a lot of interviews coming. We're trying to keep this whole thing going. How we doing, Jerry? Mr. Jerry Yarish. I tried to get Mr. Jerry Yarish on the show. He doesn't like video. And Mike Barbie. We had Mike Barbie on the show. So stay tuned for all that. Welcome, guys. Again, make sure you let us know if you need anything as far as tips, tricks, tutorials. I'm happy to show up. We get lots of phone calls, and I want to try to make sure you guys can be successful in your builds. And anything that you need, we're happy to shoot a video on. So I want to thank everybody for showing up. Again, check out the YouTube channel. Make sure you get the subscribe and get the bell button hit so that you can be entered in to win your quarter scale kit of your choice. And as always, thank you very much for watching, and happy building.